XRP, we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, if we refer to one analysis, in my last video when the price was within this correction, we mentioned still we can look for buy and we get this is what we get. And right now I think we should start to manage because what we were expected for the breakout of this top and continuation. Now the price broke and it start to correct. How about if we move to 15 minute? All right. Mostly when we have this kind of the correction, we can look for continuation. The only things is as you can see, the price almost moved quite a lot. That's why we need to be quite careful, right? Because based on a higher time frame, if you refer to my last analysis, I mentioned we can expect to get a bigger correction, all right? Anyway, if we put this one in relative to the previous top, we see we have a divergence. Now the things is whether this is the only correction and we can look for continuation, or this one can do a correction similar to this, or even maybe similar to what we have here. Because as we can see here, we have this correction, the price broke the previous top, then it start to correct. How about if this one turned to bigger correction? We need to be careful. All right. Anyway, we move to daily chart. As we mentioned, based on daily chart, even in my last analysis, we can expect to get the bigger correction. All right. We don't expect to get the correction similar to this, but at least maybe we can expect to get more complex correction than what we get here. But the question is where we can get. We cannot confirm for that. That's why based on lower time frame, if we get any trade setup, we need to be quite careful because if we move to weekly chart, now we want to see whether, because as we even based on weekly chart, we want to see the continuation, we want to see whether the price can retest the previous stop or not. Okay, that's why whether we can expect to get any bigger correction within this range based on daily chart or not. This is what I want to mention because if you want to look for continuation, mostly if you get the correction, it can give us better confirmation. By the way, even if we move to forward chart, and the only thing is we get a sharp move, and as we can see, every time we have a sharp move is following by the correction. That's why mostly now we should expect the correction. This is the only things we can add here because rather than that we don't have anything. So even we don't based on forward chart, we don't have any trade setup. The only thing is if you're looking for trade, we need to know maybe we get that correction and we don't know how complex can be. All right, that's why any trade we should have the proper trade setup and management. And how would if you would look for the divergence? MACD doesn't show us anything. Then another one, we cannot rely on that. The only thing is if you put this one in relative to this, we can see the divergence. All right. Anyway, if I move to 1 hour chart, the only thing is right now still we can look for buy any small flag or correction. We can look for buy, but we consider as a short term right now because what I mean by short term, as long as we get into the profit, we start to manage because we don't want to buy and then it move for bigger correction, or we don't want to buy as I mentioned and then we be in the correction. All right. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. And now we're looking at this. We see if we get any buy setup, also we take it. Anyway, if I see any update, I will share. Thanks.